When people start leaving you because they've discovered that you are weak in one aspect, in one area of your life, you must be grateful to God for that aspect. You must be grateful that God allowed you to have that wound, because it is now pushing the wrong people away from you.
Welcome to Faith Surge channel. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Shalom.
Okay, he showed them what.
When he had said so,
sit down and listen to this. Listen to this. When he what?
And when he had so said, he showed unto them his hands and his side. Then were the disciples glad when they saw the Lord.
The gladness came after they had seen the Lord. Proof that this indeed is the Lord was the hand of the Lord and his side.
Preach it for.
Why are they calling him Lord? Notice. Oh my God. Notice. Jesus has developed a relationship with his disciples to a point where they are calling him Lord based on a wound, not a strength, a weakness. They are glad and they confirm this is Lord. When you finally have the right company, the right people around you, who will appreciate you and your lordship even after discovering your weakness. To a point where Jesus, when he comes back to his own, he's not in the business of hiding his hands. Like we do sometimes as men of God. A man of God, whilst he is sick, he comes to church to preach. He tries to hide the wounds because he has a wrong company around him. They will not call him Lord after discovering that he is wounded. When a man finally lifts up his garment and he shows you his wound, and he knows that at that level of my humility, I'm still regarded as Lord. They said this is him, not because he's a Superman perfect, but he kept a certain aspect of himself weak. So that those that are not trained in matters of humility will undermine him and not even believe that it is him. He is not showing them strength, he is showing them his weakness. I was wounded. And they loved him the more. When people start leaving you because they've discovered that you are weak in one aspect, in one area of your life, you must be grateful to God for that aspect. You must be grateful that God allowed you to have that wound, because it is now pushing the wrong people away from you. Was that love genuine love? Was that love good love? Are you supposed to love me because I'm perfect? If I'm perfect, am I supposed to be loved by the imperfect like yourself? Would I call that love perfect love? I'm talking to somebody here who is trying to hide. You have been trying to do makeup. things that you've been trying, because you know the day they discover they love you. Have you ever struggled having people around you who love you because of your strength? You will fight so hard that they don't discover that you are weak in any area. And the day that you manifest weakness, they are not ready to embrace you. They become so accustomed to a strength that is not even theirs. To a point where you become a slave of your own good doings. Keep doing good. The day that you do it in the wrong way, they condemn you. Based on your previous uprightness, they will walk away. Where are you going? He has a wound. We have discovered his side cheek. His side. Anyway. Sit down, sit down. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Most men of God that have gone on to confess their sin before the church were never forgiven by the church. Yet they were forgiven by God. I'm very careful when I'm dealing with sinners. We'll get to verse 23. I'm very careful. Because I know once sin is committed, okay? When sin is being committed, the act of sin is different from the act of forgiveness. No journalist will find out how forgiveness occurred. What they will find out is how sin was committed. They are trained. Journalism doesn't cover that other aspect that I'm talking about. It covers only finding facts, visible manifestations of things. Once a scandal is wrought, they go on to write it because it has been dramatized. They have a way of knowing and seeing that it has been done. But once the same person who once sinned then submit before God and then he's forgiven. How that forgiveness is committed, you will never get to know that the man that once sinned has already been forgiven. So your problem is not with God, your problem is with God's people. What you did, they saw it, but what God did in terms of forgiving you, they can't see that. Am I talking to somebody? Yes. Am I talking to somebody? Yes. Why are we touching on forgiveness? Because unforgiveness can become the weapon. And who fashions that weapon? The unforgiving. Sit down. You feel it that I'm being set free here. You are coming out of condemnation slowly but surely. Because if people keep on condemning you, you end up joining them in condemning yourself. How you are saying, how can everyone be wrong? I think there's something wrong with me. You have finally joined them. This is a tangent. When he showed them he's wounded, there was something in the hands that he wanted them to see. An affliction. Can I tell you my problems and still call me Lord? That's a lifetime message. Can I declare my shortcomings before you and still be forgiven? would you still come back tomorrow for the next service? Most of you don't like a wounded man of God. But the problem that you will have by that problem is, if Jesus is not touched by the feelings of our infirmities, I wish at time I could have shown you why he was afflicted and how he helps those who are being tempted. Yes, I wish I had time to just show you why he was tempted. The reason was so that he would help those being tempted. He acquired a qualification on how to master temptations, so that when you are confronted with a temptation, he is empowered to assist you. But I'm saying this, then your problem is when a man that is wounded tries to help you recover from your wound. You need a man of God who survived what is killing you. He has to lift up his jacket and he says to you, look at this scar. It's proof that you can survive this current wound that you're suffering from. Look at me. And you say, how did you recover? Because this is exactly where I'm being hurt by the devil.